Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from wherever you're watching from whichever time zone around the world. Glad you are watching Make TV today, your informative and entertainment channel. My name is Lovely Carrie. Don't forget to like and share. What do we have for you today? Trending news all around the world from Nigeria to Europe and back home. Stay tuned. Thank you for staying tuned on Make TV today for your trending news. I am here with Moses Uba and Marachi. Thank you guys for coming on to the show today. Without much ado, today we'll be going straight into what we have for you. Remember to like, subscribe, and share to keep getting updates as we upload them. Thank you for your subscriptions and thank you for your likes already. Don't forget, we need you to subscribe. We are going straight ahead to trending news today. What trended during the week? And first, we're talking about Oshimole, and this is what he said: "I won't fight a pig." Who was he referring to? Referring to the Director General of is the APC Governors Forum. Yes, it was referring to him. Say, "I won't fight a pig." What really happened? What really happened? Why did he say? Why did he say I can't fight a pig? That's okay. Okay.
I believe they must have had some underground issues personally.
Well, he cautioned him against being at the forefront.
Okay.
He cautioned him against being at the forefront of Edo campaign, governorship, gubernatorial campaign.
Okay.
That's what he cautioned him to. And recall that Mr. Oshomole recently had a meeting with the Mr. President
Okay.
in the Aso Villa. So that was when he came out to make the statement that he will not fight a
A
pig.
pig.
So referring to the Director General in his own words, said, "I won't fight with a pig." So he said, in his own word, he said, I'm putting on white and I don't want to be stained. Well, for whatever reason he is alleged to have said that. Well, that's between them, but that was what happened. Oni Tigbo of Tigbo clarifies why he conferred chieftaincy title on controversial musician Portable. Well, it's alarming, and a lot of netizens have really commented. Some dragged the monarch for crowning Mr. Portable. Mr. Portable is a Nigerian musician, and recently he was alleged to have said that he belongs to a cult, 1 million boys. So people feel that a monarch shouldn't have, yes, he shouldn't have coronate such a person. But for him, he said he sees Portable in a different way, in a different perspective. And that is true about life. Maybe everybody tries to focus on the bad part of Portable, but there is somebody there who is seeing something different, who is seeing him to be obedient, not not obedient, who is seeing him to be submissive, according to him, sees him to be submissive and humble to elders. So because of that, now he decided to
Give him
confer
a
on him
chieftaincy
a
title.
chieftaincy title.
When I saw the news, when I saw it online, I was shocked. Like giving that kind of man a title, a chieftaincy title. As a chief, you're like a ruler now.
Yeah.
You have subjects under you. Why will you subject your people to such kind of a person? Before, after Stardom, after he sang Zazuze, he came to limelight, and many of the times he had issues with his manager. So that shows a sign of disrespect. Many of the times he will come online and say rubbish, things like that. He's not. He had issue with what's his name? He had issue with Pokoli. Yes, he had issue with Pokoli, and with every the way he lives his life. Many of videos are, before after he came to stardom. So many of the time they brought out videos of him when he went to steal a tricycle. With all this thing, and he also came out on a video saying he has 1 million boys.
He belongs
Well,
He
to
he belongs
belongs
to a
to
civil war.
to
1 million.
1 million boys. So what are he? Who is he want to rule? What
The,
does he have to offer?
the truth of the matter is that we can't completely say that he's that bad.
No, everything he has
Everybody, yeah,
brought out is bad.
from the things that they have made us to see,
It's
it's
bad.
looking as if it's bad.
Yeah.
But then there's still a good aspect of him. Maybe that's an aspect that we are that the this person saw that we did not see, that the masses are not seeing. So there might be a good aspect of him that maybe for someone want to be conferred a chieftaincy title. That means there should be a
I
grounds for
feel
that.
Well,
it's
nobody is completely bad
That's
and no
just
one
it.
is perfect. But
That's
when
it.
an issue is controversial, we have to
Be
be
sensitive.
we have to be sensitive.
Yeah.
A monarch in the midst of the controversy, it's still on and it's still trending. A monarch came out. Monarch came out to confer a chieftaincy title. Are we saying that we are trying to honor him for all
For
those
the bad parts.
all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
so I was saying, so we should look at people we promote. We
Yeah.
look at people we promote. We are not tagging them as being bad, but then we should always look at the stories around them.
Because
Like I
of the
said,
masses.
this nobody is completely
Yeah.
bad, and then nobody is perfect. And if you want to put somebody forward as a role model, it should be someone that youth can look up to.
Yeah,
Yes.
as what it
Yes, it should be what the community and the youths can look up to. Well, congrats to him. That's by the way.
Congratulations.
Yes, and that takes us swiftly to our next news where we saw Mr. Obi kneeling down for Mr. Atiku. Mr. Obi was the former governor of Anambra and now presidential aspirant for Action for
Labour
Labour Party. Was seen at the recent conference of Nigerian Bar Association trying to kneel down for Mr. Atiku, also the presidential aspirant for PDP, although he didn't allow him to get down immediately all in. So what are you saying about this? That Mr. Obi trying to kneel down for another presidential candidate in public? What
It's a total sign of respect.
And
respect?
humility.
He knows who is bigger than him.
Yeah.
Not saying that Atiku or any of them is bigger, but he has that sense of respect and humility.
Yeah.
Okay, that is normally because he was his boss. Yes, he was his boss. 2015 they came out, Atiku and Peter Obi for presidential election for PDP. Peter Obi was his vice. So I believe that they have that friendship, and Peter Obi is showing respect, and yeah, and that's good. It's good. We should
Yeah.
learn from it.
Yeah, is a commendable one indeed, because for P2B to do such a thing, is he has just set a legacy, especially for the younger ones, irrespective of who what you feel you are at, and you are striving to get that, because I see that he saw this person as, even age wise they are not age mates. Okay, so he had that mindset that, this person, they say, give honor to whom honor
Or
is
is
due.
due.
So he saw it that I should honor him, okay, irrespective that two of them are now presidential aspirants. There are some people, it will be, they will, look down on him with that mindset. After all, we are pursuing the same cause, that kind of mindset.
Or that competitive
That
mindset.
competitive mindset, yeah, that shows that P2B is really humble to the core for him to have done that,
Yeah.
irrespective of the controversies, even even their.
Here is a quick
Yeah.
lesson that we need to learn, the followers of all the political parties, whether Obi, whether Bat, whether Baba, Bat, that is Bola
Yeah,
Ahmed
yeah,
Tinubu, articulated Atiku, Obi, Showore is also in the race, many
Yeah.
of them like that. So it is a quick one for the followers who are busy dragging themselves and killing themselves, fighting themselves, attacking themselves unnecessarily. These are the people we are following. And look at them. If they win today, you see all of them come together to have handshake.
Yeah.
So why don't we just pursue our purpose without breaking heads? It's possible to pursue our purpose. Whoever
Yeah.
comes to power, let them be.
Yeah.
We don't have to break heads, call out anybody. Everybody has the right to profess whatever they want. So it actually shows that Mr. Obi is a humble personality, and he recognizes those who are ahead of him, and there is no sense of competition at all. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
No, both of them are aspirants, and they met at the same conference, and he's still able to submit, at least to submit in our country. In our country, Nigeria, when you kneel down, it shows a sign of ultimate respect, and especially finding themselves in areas like Lagos, Yoruba part of the country, where the meeting took place. And in the same venue, we saw that the APC not vice president now, presidential, vice presidential, stole the show at the NBA, and it's been trending. A lot of people are even doing that as challenge now, given the way Mr. Shettima was dressed, maybe while waiting for his speech. But I discovered that by the time he came out for the speech, it was different. So that's to say, sometimes your sitting position can change the way, if you're not properly seated, can actually display certain part of your dressing, and in such a way that or let me say, in a caricature manner. So it's been trending online. You see the way he was seated. There is its tie coming down, too, looking too long, and then the worst part of it, we will have said that okay, it's because he's seated, most likely tired. We can say he's jet lagged. He just is within Nigeria, but I was looking tired and just unkempt the way he appears. But then that's forgivable. We can say maybe because of the sitting position. What about the
sneakers?
Tell me about that. What do you have to say about that?
Actually, he said it was intentional.
It was intentional.
Yeah,
Um,
that he intentionally wore it.
Why, for what? He wants to trek on the streets of Lagos.
I feel he just wanted to trek.
Maybe if there is any traffic jam, you just come down and trek. Maybe. At least he will have taken a spare shoe, knowing that everybody will want to see him. And trust me, journalists were quick to capture. All right. A 12-year-old girl is first to go to the university from GSS1.
Mm.
What's that about? From GSS1, she is 12-year-old and the first to go to the university. What can you say about that?
She's a born genius.
Mm.
Yeah. It takes a person with very high IQ and high level of intelligence to do that. Now you being at JSS1, it's and before being like JSS1, you're taking straight down to the university. It means they must have seen intelligence in her.
Yeah.
They must have seen what she can do.
A
Like
professor. Okay.
making her wait for the next 6 years would be like a waste because she already knows it.
Okay, what's your take?
Okay, and actually, from the news, a professor actually discovered her and then picked her up, became her mentor, and then with time, he's realized that this girl needs to be pushed to move forward because he said the man discovered that he was highly intelligent.
Highly intelligent.
Yeah.
Her IQ is
Her
high.
IQ was so high.
High.
And then even when she was taken to the university, they gave her some tests, some examinations, and the school,
She
yeah,
excelled
she did
in.
well. She performed very well.
But
And
as
then,
it is now, she is just an auditor student.
yeah, yeah,
Auditor students, they're just there to study, not particularly to collect a certificate.
Certificate.
yeah.
So she can still go to her school, and anytime she wants to attend a lecture, she can
can
always go
attend.
and attend a lecture. That's what it implies here. And then the supporters obese on the streets of Castina for cleaning. What is this about? Is it just about getting attention? Why are they going around to clean? Is it out of desperation? Why?
About this obedience movement.
Mm.
Right, like I always say, the youth are tired, and out of tiredness and frustration, they are coming out to do whatever it takes to promote their vision. So I believe this is one of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
I also feel they did that. Maybe the streets were maybe somehow untidy, unkept, and they felt like now looking at the man they are advocating for, being a humble man who is willing to go down to any extent to make sure that from his speech and from other things we've been hearing, so he's sounding like he's ready to do anything to make Nigeria what it's supposed to be. So these people, I know they must have gotten some orientations from him, and then he has really, really influenced them. For
Yes.
them to go down to that extent to clean the streets of Castina, that means maybe, and I don't think it's born out of maybe sentiments. It might be that there was need for it, and then the people that were supposed to give attention to it were not actually doing it, and then they took it up just
So
for
we
to
could
help.
believe them for orderliness
Yes.
if Obi is elected.
Yes.
Okay, that sounds like the message they are trying to pass. MTN launches 5G in Nigeria. 5G as rumorsly spreads to be it may be to no not yes I want to go the other way is rumorsly presented as the mark of the Antichrist, as many uninformed people will say, for FG, and we've heard so many controversies about the 5G being implanted into the hand, and well, finally it has arrived Nigeria. This just means fast network. There was a time we were using 2G, we couldn't send videos the way we send now. And then we upgraded to 3G, better performance, and then to 4G, and that is even
Now,
swift.
5G.
Then 5G is way faster for those who are used to the internet.
Good is good improvement.
Yeah.
It's very good. Why people were talking about like it was the antichrist and all those things. Radioactivity. It kills slowly.
Mm.
Yeah, it kills slowly. It causes cancer as well. So that's what people were like afraid of. In science we tend to promote and create things to better our lives. But
Even
and
though
the
they
other-
have side effects,
and but the
we
Yeah.
tend
side
to ignore the
effects,
side
yeah, we tend
effects
to ignore the
to
side effects.
to look. We tend to hold on to the positive
Advantages,
effect
yeah.
and leaving the side effects.
Yeah.
Of course, that will mean high frequency of radioactivity.
Activity
Yeah.
in our system because they are everywhere. Because if you look at our today's life and like 70 years ago, 80 years ago, the way people live longer then and now, all these things. I'm not saying the 5G is not good. It's very good because the internet will be very fast. But
Very
at the
fast,
other hand,
transactions will be very
at the
fast.
other hand, it's
This
harming our
effects,
health
Yeah.
slowly.
So we
Um,
should therefore take caution not to keep phones, not to keep
It's
those things
everywhere.
near us.
It's everywhere.
Even in the atmosphere, even in phone.
Everywhere.
There was a time
It's
we were
everywhere.
always advised not to keep phone near
Phones
us because
close
of
to
the
us, yeah.
waves, radio
Waves.
waves coming
But now it's
through
everywhere.
the phones.
It's everywhere.
What can we do about it?
That's just it. The way we're trying to improve our lives, but
Yeah.
at the same time, we're
Yeah.
hurting it. We're hurting the earth. We're hurting the world.
It's just like a medicine. Most any medicine you take usually has side effects.
Side effects, yeah.
Just that medicine part time is going to save your life, but
At that
that
time,
doesn't
or
mean
at
it
the
will
long
save
run.
you. It will save you, but at the long run, you may have sometimes the side effect is mild,
Yeah.
and sometimes may even be
it's
something
worse.
serious, but your life will be saved. And that's what I think about the 5G. And man divorces wife of 2 years because for refusal to change her maiden name. Wife of 2 years divorced for refusal to change her maiden name on her documents and on the internet. Is that enough for a man to divorce his wife? It's still your wife. You have married her, and even in the certificate, her name is there. So, what's the big issue about? We have people around the world, all around the world, who marry and still bear their maiden name. So, especially stars. So, what's this big deal about?
Well, the fact is that people have what they can there's an extent to what people can tolerate. I feel this man is the type that that couldn't just tolerate such, and maybe for him to have divorced her after 2 years, maybe he has been warning her to do something about it. First year, second year, and then he saw that this woman he's not ready to comply.
Some women, because of the kind of family they
Yeah.
come from, or because of the name they've made for themselves, they
They
don't
do
want
not
to
want to
change
change,
their
yeah.
names, and they will feel if they change their name, they may lose recognition. So they tend to continue with
Then
that name. But
why
then,
did they get married? Because they know that's what is.
okay, is there any law that says that you have to change your
There's
name?
no-
Is there any law
there-
that says
in Africa
you have to change your name
In our
In
to your
African
husband's
culture.
name when you are married?
in
This is
African
Nigeria.
culture. This is Nigeria, and
This
that
is the
is
culture.
that's our culture.
That's the trend.
It's assumed that whenever you're married,
You change
your name.
everything. You're changing your
She's
name.
aware of
The
it
man
before
has
getting
bought
married.
you. You
Yes,
have
bought
become
you.
his property.
Yes.
No, it's not bought.
Yes.
No, it's
you pay your
it's
dowry.
not. It's not buying it. It's not like buying you. It's what has been laid.
That's the culture.
That's the trend that we've been
Yeah.
for years. So even if you want to keep your father's name, it won't be like most all those documents and other things. You would have removed it there, but at least generally you're like, okay,
Yeah, let
so
people know you with
you
that
know,
name,
you
sure.
can put it 4 names there. You can put your husband's surname, your own father's surname, and your name. Like that. Well, when I was in secondary school, our economics teacher said he would tell his daughter not to remove his name, Balogun. So if he marries
That's selfish.
Shegun, you see now. So
That's selfish.
you see, if he marries
Balogun and
Shegun, like Shegun, Balogun, Rita,
It's all right.
it would have been, it's
Do
okay
you know
that
even
way.
with that some men don't even like it for the
Some men
fact
don't like
that
it, yeah.
for the fact that you added your father's name as part of your name. Some men don't even like it.
So it's
Some
And
men
these are
don't
some of
like.
the things that women need to consider before getting into marriage, before thinking about marriage. At least you know that you're going to change your
no,
name.
it's a normal thing. It's
So,
a normal thing. You are
If you don't
joining-
want it, then
Why go to the marriage? Since your surname is more important than
than the marriage?
you have to choose one.
most Nigerian celebrities, you see them bearing their name, and those that could want to conform a bit to the norm, you see them adding. For example, you have Mide Martins has been there. She didn't remove that Martins. Mide, that's from the mom. Mide, the mom used to be Fumi Martins, so now she's Mide. Her name is Mide Martins. Now adding Abiodun to it, and many of them. Funke Akindele had never added the husband's name. She has never. She has been Funke Akindele.
As long
Sometimes
as
she will put below. Funke Akindele. The
Below.
Akindele has never been removed just because she has been known as
As
Funke
Funke
Akindele.
Akindele.
as long as there's an agreement between the woman and the man. So, but for men that cannot take it, that can't tolerate such, what do you expect them to do?
Is she that a public figure? If she's not, then I don't see a need for it. Since there are people you mentioned now, they are public figures.
Yeah.
If they
You
have
know them.
agreement to bear that
Yeah, if they
in
have
the public
agreements.
and on social media, that's okay. But documents,
Mhm.
documents
That's- it has
should
gone
bear.
far.
There should have been a change of name and documents
Yeah.
to back it up. But the man the man is furious because on both documents
Everywhere.
and on social media she retains a maiden
And-
name, and doesn't mean you don't want to recognize you don't want to identify with me, or
Just like you're
you
married or
feel
something.
your stardom or whatever recognition you have is more important to you than myself as the husband or family. For me, I feel there's no issue there. It should be agreement between
Agreement.
both parties, whether you want to drop names or not drop names, or that depends on the individuals. Right, 23-year-old woman arrested for allegedly selling a 3-week-old baby for 600,000 naira.
3 week old baby.
Her own baby.
Is he our own baby?
Her own baby. She's a sex worker. According to her, she said the baby is going to hinder her from
business.
a business. So she connived with one Chioma who aided her to sell it off at Anambra at 600 naira. And funnily, they sold it. After selling it, they shared the money 50-50. She took 300 naira. The baby sold
300,000.
300,000 naira. Both of them shared it, but they were nabbed when the baby father
Okay.
when the baby father
Right.
yes, the baby father or the man who was the baby artist, we call his baby mama baby father, right? Because they were not married. She was a sex worker, or she is a sex worker. She got pregnant. Then the guy in question decided to rent an apartment for her. So after 3 weeks, discovered that the lady was missing. Couldn't find her. Started looking for her. That was when they discovered that she has sold the baby to go back to our business. Wonders shall never end. We find this kind of things happening everywhere around the world. A mother giving birth and decided to just kill the baby, not only selling off. It happens everywhere in the world. Just give birth to the baby and dump it somewhere. Right, that's that for news around Nigeria. Stay tuned. On the foreign news, India votes against Russia and United Nations Security Council for the first time.
Yeah.
They have been neutral.
Yeah, they have been neutral all the while since the beginning of the Russia-Ukraine war.
Crisis, okay?
Yeah, so they've been neutral for like about 6 months, but on the 24th of August, they voted against them for the very first time. They voted against Russia over Ukraine, and it's just shock because
To condemn
yes, to condemn them because it's been
Russia's attack on Ukraine.
yeah, because they've been neutral ever since. Like they're like sitting on the fence ever since, and now they've voted against them, and issues are going on.
Alright, still on the foreign scene. Tropical storms kills in Philippines. kill skulls in the Philippines.
You know, talking about climate change here, the weather now and the heavy rainfall in Philippines causing huge flood, storm, many buildings destroyed. You know, people staying on the rural area, down to even the urban part,
Taking
they are
lives.
affected. They are very, very much affected, and many lives have been lost.
Philippines is one of the part of the world that is disposed to natural
Disaster.
disaster.
Yeah.
I think there have been arrests for a while over this
For
issue
some
of
time.
natural disaster. Well,
Yeah, it comes up again.
all right. French MEPs outraged by UK's discharge of raw sewage into the sea. Why will the UK discharge sewage into the sea?
Not even about the whys, it is they discharge it down to the North Sea.
And it's causing water pollution
Pollution
as well as
and
air pollution in the territories where it's been channeled
channel
to.
to the North Sea, and
So
even
why?
it's even getting down to more than 50 beaches in France. So it's causing pollution. The marine life is being affected. You understand? The marine life is being affected. No more fishing, and the water is no more longer
Is
safe.
it that they are not aware of the consequences before channeling such sewage into the sea? That's
Well, we don't really know because
Is
they.
there something fishing underground?
No. There's nothing.
Well,
It's,
channeling
they just,
into the sea, it's sea after all, and I
And it
think
flows.
sea should be able to absorb.
no, not really.
No.
It flows because according to what is on the news, they channeled it down to the North Sea, and the North Sea is being channeled down to France. So you know this water they do
It will
flow.
definitely cause
So
damages.
it's coming down to the beaches, like over 50 beaches now has been affected by this sewage, and people are no longer going there again because
It's
you
not-
can't go
It's
in.
not even advisable in the first place to channel all those sewage, whatsoever that can cause
Into the sea.
Into the sea.
Not
And
river.
that's what we are saying. Whether rivers, sea, are there not animals in the sea? And who knows the quantity of the sewage they channel? That's another thing. For it to have started causing a lot of damage.
Damages.
Yeah, in the environment. That
Very
means
dangerous.
it's not something small. Maybe it was in a large quantity, and then that the sea does not mean that it won't have effect.
Okay, and last on that, UK bank may run 4 working days after testing. Why do they have to go for 4 days? 4 days of working instead of 5 working days. The UK is test running 3 days, 4 days.
4 days.
4 days.
Yes, 4 working days.
They made a test run and they discovered that it has brought about
Are
efficiency.
they done with the testing or they're just doing it?
No, they are yes, they're done.
They are done with it. So
They're
they
done.
So what's the essence of the test running?
is for
What will they achieve?
It's for
Working
more
4 days
efficiency.
instead of 5
They
days.
maybe they feel it will bring about more effectiveness in their work. You know, when you are working almost all the days of the week, you tend to get exhausted, and then maybe it will.
Is it about the heat in
Productivity,
Europe?
yeah,
Is it
it's-
about the heat in Europe?
No,
Maybe.
No, it's not about productivity.
It's just
about
more
productivity in the
productive
bank.
and effective
It's not
Okay.
about the heat.
in their services.
All right. That's the trend news for this week. And before we come to the end of the trend news for this week, here is a recap of the major stories for the week. Oshomole, I won't fight with a pig. Onitigbo of Tigbo clarifies why he conferred chief censor title on controversial musician Portable. Mr. Peter Obi, an article at the NBA conference. Mr. Obi kneels down for article. Shetima stole the show at the same event. 12-year-old girl forced to go to the university from JSS1. Supporters of it stormed the streets of Katsina for cleaning. Man divorces wife of 2 years for refusal to change name on social media and on documents. MTN launches 5G network in Nigeria. 23-year-old woman arrested for allegedly selling a 3-week-old baby for 600,000 naira. And on the foreign scene, we say India votes against Russia in the United Nations Security Commission Council for the fourth time. Tropical storms kill scores in the Philippines. French MEPs outraged by UK's discharge of sewage into the sea. UK bank may run 4 working days after testing. Thank you for staying tuned for trending news on Make TV today. My name is Lovely Carrie. Moses, it's been a nice time having you on the discussion
Thank
table
you.
today. Amarachi, thank you once
Thank
again
you.
for your immense contribution today on Trending News. Viewers, if you're just watching, please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like and share if this is what you like. See you again next time. So until then, don't forget to subscribe.